Hello YouTube, welcome back to another Yassi Lab Guide. My name is Sir Foch and today we are driving the Ferrari 296 around Indianapolis. The last American DLC track we have remaining with the 296, and if you were expecting this to be more like the 488, well, I have some very bad news for you. It seems like the 296 is paying for the sins of the 488, while the 488 was definitely the best car around Indy. The 296 might actually be the exact opposite. The car is just very heavy here. On average, compared to all the other tracks, there's basically an extra passenger in the car, so as you would expect, it's a roughly second off pace. Maybe a little less, but probably around that. So this would probably not be a track I would invest a lot of effort into getting things optimal, because even with that, you're still gonna be in a massive struggle bus. But either way, let's talk about Indy. Pretty cool circuit, very slippery, very technical, pretty tricky to race on. I haven't had a race here actually, probably for the better, but I haven't had a race here in a 296. I assume it's massively lacking on the straight line speed due to that big ballast and not making up anything in the corners. Either way, for turn one, we're braking between 5 and a 400 meter board. Downshifting to first and then back up to second for the exit. A lot of short shifting on exits on this track in general. We're going to be using the second gear quite a lot. Drifting towards the curb on the left and braking just after it starts. Careful on the throttle on the inside curb, it likes to spin the car around. Moving back to the right and braking just a little bit after the curb on the left goes out of view. Staying narrow and then a little tap on the brakes just after the curb on the left ends there, and then trying to get as smooth of an exit as we can. Looking for the third CrowdStrike board here. And once again, short shifting to second for the exit. Only lifting here, tiny tap of brakes can be also decent. And here we gotta try to cut as much of a track as possible and get on throttle as soon as possible. That's a very important one. You really gotta get used to the track limits here. And here we're braking maybe 2 car lengths before the first braking marker on the wall, and a little tap on the brakes just before the rubber marks start on the right side there. And that's a lap of Indy, very close to my hot lap actually, which just shows that my hot lap definitely had quite a few mistakes in there, and we can probably do better, but I haven't seen anyone do better than a 35-1 in this car. And some others are doing 34-1. So, alright, so here is our setup. Slight positive toe on the rear. Not really much else to say there. ECU map 5, I don't know if there's much reason really to run it instead of map 1. Maybe be slightly less aggressive on the exit, slightly less oversteering. When it comes to mechanical, pretty standard. Very low bumps up range on the rear just to try to minimize the oversteer on the corner exits. Quite a bit of preload, but other than that, pretty standard. 1.9 Ferrari, and damper wise running pretty soft, generally getting most of our rotation with the dampers and the rake, and of course full wing. We also have to open the rear brake ducts. The weight of the car really is burning those rear tires alive here, even in 23 degrees. This is really actually required. Also, if the setup's a bit too aggressive, 1 click less rake is not gonna hurt. I haven't really tried this with race fuel. Like I said, no races here as of yet, I guess thankfully. But either way, I'll send it for a hot lap. It wasn't that great of a lap, but yeah, this is not the best track for the 296. There's not really much else to say about it, but either way, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.